I've had my teeth for 3 weeks. I found it's given me a lot more confidence. I can eat a lot more variation in food. Just really happy with what I've had done.
So we've just finished treatment for Mark, and this is the initial phase of a long program of treatment, which will eventually see him have a full mouth reconstruction with a full bridge. Bless him, Mark was a very anxious individual. He came in for the appointment knowing that he would have some sedation and that we would take out all of his teeth and make some dentures for him. This is always going to be the first step. We remove diseased teeth and allow the gums to recover and the bone to recover and the bone to heal, so that we have a nice clean base and a healthy base to put in dental implants. We were expecting him to be very, very nervous and very, very anxious, and what we did to try and alleviate that mental discomfort was to give him some tablets of diazepam. So it's a bit like pre-sedation. That's never enough for a full procedure, but it's just enough to get someone back into the surgery and commence the procedure where we cannulate and provide it with an intravenous continuous infusion of midazolam, just to keep them calm and comfortable throughout the procedure and for comfort. So we finished the procedure, we've taken out all his teeth and provided some dentures, which we fitted immediately. It's a complicated procedure. Mark threw us a curveball today by saying he's got emphysema, which he didn't declare on the first visit. And that required us and my team to put some additional measures in place, namely some supplemental oxygen to keep his oxygen saturation strong during a sedation procedure, which we did, and I was very pleased with the outcome. We kept his oxygen saturation high, and that kept him comfortable. He was cracking a few jokes during the procedure while he was sedated, so we're very, very pleased with the outcome. Dentures were quite nice. We've still got, it's always tricky with dentures when they're put in initially when somebody's lost all their teeth because they don't fit perfectly. We've done an initial reline, and we will call them back in about 2 weeks to perform a more meaningful reline to help him just look after his teeth and gums and enjoy some temporary dentures while his gums are healing before we progress with the bigger reconstruction and implants. So well done, Mark.
I've had my teeth for 3 weeks. I found it's given me a lot more confidence. I can eat a lot more variation in food. Just really happy with what I've had done. When I had the teeth first fitted, I was so happy with the appearance and the look of them, and that's what gave me a lot more confidence, and really happy with the colour of the teeth and how they fit, and everything is comfortable in the mouth and it's fine. When I first bit together with my new teeth, it felt like they were like my own teeth. Since I've had the teeth fitted, which was just under 4 weeks, going out for meals, I don't have to be very careful on what I order off the menu. I can order anything and eat it with confidence. So you've got more variation in diet and you're more confident when you're going out with friends. When I had my own old teeth, I was very limited on what I could eat, especially liking fruit and vegetables. You wouldn't be able to eat an apple, but now you can eat that with confidence. Pears, you can eat those, and carrots, anything like that, you can just eat straight away now. The wife is really happy how the teeth have turned out and said that I'm a lot happier person for having it done, and family and friends have said how good they look, so everyone is happy, which is the main thing. The journey was a long journey, but it was well worth it in the end. And I found that Raj and his team were very upfront on how long it would take, and they were that was to do with my welfare and everything. I was always kept calm, and they were telling me the procedure, and I'd always, if I'd had a procedure on a Thursday, I'd always have a phone call on the Friday morning to see if I was okay. So I was really happy with what I've had done. There was a couple of procedures that I had to have extra, but that was all kept in budget. So I was really happy with how it came out. Happy all around, I think. Now I've had all this work done, I would thoroughly recommend, if you're not happy with your teeth, to have this full reconstruction work done. It will give you so much more confidence in your appearance and on what you can eat.